Thank you to Oura for sponsoring this video. So on this table is my favorite piece of tech of the past 3 years. It's not that, but it's this. Before I share why the Oura Ring is my favorite piece of tech I think that I've ever had, let me thank you guys. Being awesome, good humans, supporting the channel for years. Give you guys a chance to win $500. Let me know what you would do with your Oura Ring. Tell me a dad joke, tell me a fact about yourself. Just leave your comments down below with your social handles so I can contact you if you win. Give the video a thumbs up. Open to anyone in the world for 10 days. All information will be in the description. I've been sitting in front of this camera talking to you guys for the better part of a decade plus. And I feel like in a lot of ways, we've gotten a chance to get to know each other. I see your comments and I get a chance to sort of get to know who you are. And I've tried to share who I am, not just a dude who plays with tech, but like an actual flawed human with lots of flaws. If I was to pick one that's impacted me on a daily basis, and there are a lot to choose from, it's always been insomnia. Ever since I started Techno Buffalo and the site went down, I've had issues with sleep. And really it's insomnia that comes from anxiety and stress. Whether it's stressful running a business, making sure I can make payroll, making sure my kids are safe, I have a really hard time dealing with any sort of anxiety. And it always manifested itself for me in the form of insomnia. This video was filmed like 4:30 in the morning, talking about how a weighted blanket was helping me deal with insomnia. This has been something that's very long standing. I mean, look at me. I didn't have a beard back then. If I did, it probably wouldn't be half as gray as it is now. It wasn't until a few years ago that I started wearing this guy, the Oura Ring. You could see it in every single video that I've done for the past 3 years, every post on social media. This thing lives on my finger and only comes off my finger when I'm in the shower so I can charge it. That is it. This has changed my life. It gave me control over things that I thought were uncontrollable. If you don't know what Oura Ring is, it is fundamentally a smart ring. It's also my wedding ring that I wear all the time. It gives you information about your sleep history, what levels of sleep you're in, if you're in deep sleep, REM sleep. But beyond that information, it gives you advice on your life. So in the morning, I get a readiness score. It'll base that based on how my heart rate was, what time of the night it lowered, if it didn't lower, what it was, what my blood oxygen level's been through the night, if I was restless or not. And it'll say, like, you might want to take it easy today, or today's gonna be a really good day. It's a good day to sort of tackle something big. My wife, I got one for her as well. Usually I wake up in the morning and see who has the lower readiness score, and that person has to get up the kids. She sleeps like a champ. She's like a superhero. She closes her eyes and goes to sleep. And Oura's actually partnered with a bunch of other companies now as they've grown with new features to help you deal with something that a lot of us deal with, and that is stress. Talked about in the intro, stress from business, stress from the world, stress from everything. I wish I was better about not letting it get to me or dealing with that anxiety. I've sort of tried to talk about it and I explain it. I always feel like, you know that feeling you get when you forgot something really important? Like that moment you realize you forgot it, how kind of your heart drops. In a lot of ways, that's how I feel throughout most of the day. And being able to sort of quantify that has let me be aware of it and try to take steps to calm it, whether I take a few minutes to meditate or sort of get my mind on track instead of spinning out, is really helpful. And Oura has been so instrumental in giving me that information. And now I can track my stress level and combine that with other health features like sleep, recovery tracking, and it's giving me kind of an overall bill of health that helps me manage stress. It's also really good for workouts too. It'll integrate fully with your Apple Health if that's your jam, or on the Android side, it'll integrate fully with Health there. If you're doing workouts, it'll sort of use that information in your scores for the day and the night. It fully knows what your phone knows, and they sort of share information back and forth. And there's a lot of stuff and features in here. I think one of the greatest features is daytime stress. Again, big stress focused video. This will detect moments of stress throughout your day. Well, it's going to get all this information. It's using heart rate sampling every 3 to 5 minutes, heart rate variability, and motion and temperature data. So you can see I can go into the Oura app and see what time of day I had a stressful reaction. And this sort of help you notice there are things that you're doing that are causing stress. You can take steps to avoid that or modify those things. So sometimes it's going on social media, sometimes it's watching the news, sometimes it's even filming, and I can try to take steps to eliminate those things from my life. But what makes Oura's stress tracking feature, I think, different than a lot of others is their stress profile, which tells you your stress or resilience. Basically, it lets you know how susceptible you are to stress and how well you are at recovering from stressful activities. And if you're like me, you're very susceptible. One of the most encouraging things about a tracker like this is that you can see things hopefully change over time. So as I'm beginning to change my habits, I can see if those things are helping, and if they are, continue with them. If not, tweak and adjust until I find out what works best for me. For example, I cut down on my caffeine from 2 cups of coffee to 1, and that sort of helps me throughout the day. And all of these features are in a teeny tiny little ring that almost weighs nothing. What's surprising about these things too is the battery life essentially lasts a week. But when I travel, unless I'm going away for more than like 6 days, I don't bring the charger with me. I don't even know where the battery is in something this small, but it's there, and it lasts a very long time. But if it's kind of on your finger, I think it's gotta like look decent too. Oura sort of offers a ring design to kind of match whatever your aesthetic is. There's actually a new look, got it right here. It's a titanium finish, and it seems like 2023 is the year of titanium, and I am like not complaining. It still has all the features you get with the other versions of the ring. This one is just brushed titanium finish, so it's super lightweight, but also insanely durable and strong. When I think about the Oura ring, it's such like a visceral reaction. It's something that has really helped me throughout my life, and it's technology. So it's a cool use of tech with a very tangible result to me. Now you're hopefully a better adjusted human being than I am, and you deal with stress and anxiety better. The Oura ring is awesome for sleep tracking, and it's always getting better. There's always new features getting added. You don't necessarily need the most expensive Oura ring to get a lot of the great features, which I think has also been really cool. I wear mine as a wedding ring. It's recommended to wear it on your pointers where you get the best results, so you can pick, I guess, where you want to put it on. I love Oura, and I legitimately love this ring. If something you've been considering or something that I said resonates with you, check it out. I think if you pick one up, you will 100% not be disappointed. And if you do, let me know, and I can talk to you about it on sort of social media about how I've used it, and maybe you can tell me how it's helping you or questions that you have. It's something that I really love that much that I'm willing to go the extra mile for something because it's made that big a difference in my life. If you want to learn more, check an Oura ring out for yourself. All the information you need will be down below.